We're good.
Hello and welcome to the Pixel Shed podcast for this week. I'm not saying the weeks anymore because the dates don't ever line up when these finally go up.
And also we can't remember.
Yes, and we can't remember. I think it's somewhere in January.
It's the 18th.
Is it the 18th?
I just checked.
You've just checked, have you? Well, thanks for ruining the illusion when this goes up on the 21st.
What do you mean? It's the 21st.
God knows when this podcast goes up. Usually goes up the next day.
Is
Not
it?
recently.
Just shit people up. Make it the 22nd.
Yeah. I'd just edit your voiceover.
When?
Yes, it's
Blur
all
out my
all the numbers. 18.
I just checked. It's 21.
It's the 27. Phil, you're back with
Yes.
us
Yes, I am.
on the couch.
I'm surprised you brought me back. What a
Brought you back.
horrible
Well,
mistake.
we brought you back. We were supposed to have another guest. We won't mention him by name, but he's disowned us.
Jacob's back as well.
Jacob's back as well.
Yeah. I mean,
Everyone's back.
Part of the normal.
Part of the normal crew, but you're back. You're
But
in
you
a
weren't
chair.
here last week.
I'm gonna be honest. When it comes to Phil, it's like on the Christmas show beforehand when we had like everyone on. That was
Yeah.
like a test.
That was a
And
test.
you're the one that survived.
I'm the one that passed.
Yeah.
I made
You're
it
the
through
one
the
that
culling.
you're the one that replied, other than Sam Gilbert. So I'm
Well,
stealing one
I
of your
mean,
Colin the
come on.
Caterpillars.
You were like bigging me up in front of the audience, and
I
you
know.
just kind of shout on it.
Do you know what I forgot in the other room that we're supposed to use as a
Just gonna
food
casually poke
food
it.
segment? Yeah, is my Kinder Egg,
So you
which
put your
I'll
cat
run out
on
and
me.
go get in a bit.
I'm
We're gonna do a
What?
live unboxing on the podcast.
I'm just
Yeah.
noting that.
These are fucking disgusting.
I'm just
orders.
noticing that you took one of my Colin Caterpillars
I did.
without asking.
I did ask.
Did
I
you?
wasn't
I
listening.
mean, we'll have to
Go back
rewind.
on tape.
Check the
You can
tapes.
have some of my Kinder Egg.
Just really quiet.
It's too late, Joel.
You can have the toy.
It's far too late.
I did ask. It's on tape.
Ollie, like,
Well, you didn't wait for a response,
No, I
did you,
didn't.
Joel?
you're eventually going to run out of Colin the Caterpillars. That toy is forever. That you're going to get from his Kinder Egg.
You
gonna
don't
get
know
the
that I
toy?
won't eat the toy.
I'm sorry, Ollie. I feel like I've
Just-
feel
just
like
the
I've thrown
trust
your
has been
trust.
broken.
Just move on, Joel. Let's just get on with it.
I know.
Let's do this so I can go home.
What are you on about? You want to record a WrestleMania video after this? Royal Rumble video after this?
Mm.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
WrestleMania, Joel. Nice to know you listen to me.
Oh, the episode where Ollie and Joel get into a huge fight.
Mommy and Daddy are arguing.
Ollie
Jeremy
knows.
Kyle edition.
Let's see we sell this the only way I know how.
You're not the cream.
John,
the
please.
Yeah,
We're
we've got.
on a match brewing right now.
I have
Well,
no idea what the
we-
fuck any
we-
of this
Wrestling.
is.
I don't think any of us do.
We have something announced wise coming on the 23rd of January. That's a date I've set in my head that I will tend to stick to at this point.
It's on
Depend-
film now.
It's on film, so I've got to stick to it. But we have a thing happening, Phil, that I think you might be interested in doing.
Oh,
It's been mentioned before at some point. I don't know if you were in the room or not.
I may or may not have been. I cannot confirm this.
Yeah,
I
but
like talking about things that the audience don't know.
No,
I know it's amazing.
It's really-
it makes for amazing
It's
content.
really appealing.
No, but it keeps them enticed though. I hope.
suppose.
Phil,
Yes,
video games are a thing.
they are.
What have you been playing
I've been
since we
playing-
last spoke?
Punch Club, which I've been absolutely addicted to.
This is the 2D training sim thing.
Yeah, so it's kind of like you are a kid whose dad is for some reason murdered, and you
Yes.
don't really know why, and it's your goal to like avenge him and find the man who did it.
Through boxing.
Through fighting naturally, because surely if you beat someone up, they tell you who it is, and then you go beat them up. But yeah,
What, so you just punch enough people until you know the truth.
pretty much. It's kind of like you completely forget about avenging your father. Because I swear, like, I've just spent more time at the gym than anything. Like,
Watching the meters go up.
Yeah.
So I saw like it wouldn't get released until Twitch could finish it.
yes,
Um,
which is a smart strategy, I thought.
yeah, and so Twitch actually finished it, and it got released not long after like the whole promotion sort of deal went on. Like, hey, Twitch, if you can finish this, the game will come out, and it took them like a couple of weeks or something.
Yeah, I don't know exactly, because I really only heard of it when it came up on Steam.
Yeah, it was.
And then I looked at it and I was kind of like, that's a good game. But it's just one of those games where I think it's better on like an iPad or something, so
Yeah.
I go for that. It's cheaper actually.
Is it? So it's on iPad.
Oh yeah,
So,
yeah.
it's on everything.
I think it was like
at this
£2
point.
cheaper than on Steam.
Yeah.
Go figure.
So I was watching a little bit of it because I had £10 in my Steam wallet, and I was like, do I get it or do I not? And I saw that the meters can go down. You can de-level, and I was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
fuck that, no.
But
Yeah.
what happens is as you fight, you level up certain attributes,
Oh,
and you can like make it so that certain things don't go down beyond a certain level. So like
Oh, okay. So
when
it's-
you've got so good at the strength sort of tree of fighting, you can make it so your strength level doesn't go below 4. And
that's alright.
Fair
So
So
it's
it's a bit
it's
better.
more of a progression sort of deal.
yeah,
like- But I was also watching someone play it, and you don't play any of the fights. You watch them happen as it.
yeah. So it's more like, I think if people think it's like a beat 'em up, it's really not.
Yeah.
It's like a strategy thing
More
where you
kind
have
of-
to look at your
More kind of
opponents.
like championship manager than FIFA.
Yeah, because you're building this fighter up, and you have to manage his needs. You have to make sure he eats enough so he can train. You have to make sure he sort of works or wins enough fights so he can afford to eat and afford to go to the gym and buy home gym equipment.
Yeah.
So when we say fights, this
Yeah.
isn't some plucky little kid going around punching people in the street.
Oh no!
He's like, this is some
It's
kind
meant
of
to be
professional
it's meant to be
fighting, or-
almost, it's all because the humor of the game is like, remember the 80s and 90s?
Yeah.
Remember Rocky?
yeah.
Training
Remember-
montage.
Oh, okay.
It like
Yes.
rips off of so many things. There's even like a Fight Club thing going on in it
Yeah.
and stuff. And like, I think I've got to the point in the game where, I mean, it's a minor spoiler. So like, if you're really invested in the story, I don't know why. Then yeah, basically there's like an island that you have to go to compete on, and I haven't made it there, but they hint at it quite early on in the game that like that's the thing. So that's Enter the Dragon, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks really cool, but at the same time, it's one of those games where it would stress me the fuck out seeing all these meters slowly deplete because I'm horrific with managing things.
Yeah, it's like really disheartening, and it's weird because you kind of have to find a routine that works.
Yeah.
And it's like you can play it for ages, and a routine will work, and then for some reason it just won't. Like you'll send him to work, and then you'll send him to the gym and buy food, and then like repeat that thing, and then suddenly it's not working anymore.
Oh.
You have to like switch it up. It does give me a little bit of anxiety every
Yeah,
time.
it is-
And then even worse is like you have your meter, and you build it up every day, and at the end of every day, so you can be at the gym, and it can be like just about to go midnight. It'll go
Yeah.
midnight, and then like it'll come up with how much you've lost that day, and it's proportional to how much you've earned. So it's like really annoying that it'll just go tick, and it's like, oh, everything I've just done has like been wiped.
Oh. Yeah. It like I said, it looks really cool, but I couldn't deal with the stress of like I can't look after myself half the time. So it's like, why would I want to look after this
Someone
little
said it
man?
was like my life simulator because I go to the gym and I do martial arts, and I like I sort of struggle
You're
to
trying to
manage.
find the man.
like,
You're trying to find the man that killed your father.
yeah, basically.
Um,
Yeah, I think I have to go to the Brayford Island, fight swans.
learn how to block.
Yeah.
So that's one thing I did notice in like the small gameplay stuff is like block is not unlocked from the start,
Yeah.
which is a major gripe of any video game of mine. It was a major gripe of The Witcher 2 when
Oh,
blocking
yeah.
blocking
When
and
you couldn't-
parrying
you couldn't
wasn't
parry.
unlocked from the start, and it's like that's a major thing in the game.
It's not quite that in Punch Club because you can have a strategy which doesn't involve blocking at all.
Oh, okay, so it's
So
just
it's
like
like
full
literally-
frontal.
You could go balls to the wall. I'm gonna just fucking like smash everything, which is kind of my guy, and I use blocking because my block now devalues their strength. But you can have characters who are more nimble and have more agility and stamina, and they will use things like a dodge and that kind of thing because they have more energy, so they
Yeah.
can use that. Whereas because my guy is just like a walking tank and nothing else, he has like no energy and is completely fucking useless. So he just has to stand there and take the hit.
Is there anything else you've been playing?
Other than that, not really. It's kind of consumed my life, and I've forgotten how to eat
It's-
or sit down.
It's just one of those where it's just like
You managed.
Shit! Clearly, haven't been playing it enough.
oh man. But did you play anything over Christmas before this?
I kind of had a lull over Christmas because I just kind of got
Yeah.
lost in booze and sweets and whatever else Christmas
Yeah,
brought.
Christmas
Yeah.
does Christmas does wonderful things to us all. Ollie,
Yeah,
since last week,
since last week.
what have you been playing?
You ready for an interesting answer?
Go on.
I've not played a single game.
It's Ollie Savills.
Wow.
Not played anything of the week moment.
No, because I've
Even your end of year list, you only had 4 things.
Well, I've not been at home. I was away in
we
snowy Yorkshire.
we played the game. We played the game of getting your stuff up and down.
Yeah. Yes, we did.
That was a fun game.
Woo.
That was fun.
Moving things.
You were my moving man.
I was your moving man. I carried a guitar up.
You did.
2 guitars.
You did.
I did.
But no, I've been away from my Xbox and from my PC for the past week.
Yes.
I've only just got back.
He's receiving counselling as well.
So as we were briefly playing on WWE 2K16 in that room over there, and I'm pointing off camera.
Which we've left all our expensive equipment
yes.
inside.
Completely unlocked.
That's why I'm like,
I brought
I know,
mine.
and that's why I'm like
MHT,
nervously like,
6.
I'm like nervously looking at like to see who's passing by and stuff like that. It's like
You're worried for your Kinder Egg, aren't you?
I'm worried about the kids.
Oh, I brought
I
what
think-
matters. I brought the Swiss.
I think the cleaners are going to have a go and they're going to play better than you.
Oh.
You're just going to
Not
come back
all
from
those
the break
games.
after.
Yeah, so I suppose I can talk about something because I've just been playing some of the online
Yes,
stuff.
you made the most beautiful belt.
Oh yeah, I made a belt.
Wonderful
just
belt.
to get an achievement. I made a nice
The-
heart-shaped belt
The attack belt.
with a lovely image of the honky tonk man on it.
Yep.
And then I tried playing
You
online.
made a nice Bam Bam. A nice
Yes,
attire for Bam Bam Bigelow.
I gave Bam Bam Bigelow a tail. and
Like the animals
Some
that
Shawn
he is.
Michaels gear. And
yeah, an interesting
a
mask.
mask.
Nice vinyl mask.
Yeah.
No, I tried out the online modes, and I've kind of enjoyed WWE 2K16.
Yeah,
it doesn't seem to be.
You
as
seem to be a bit higher on it than you were.
Oh, it's better than
like,
last year's. It's not as broken as last year's.
No, but also like, you mentioned that online you would choose Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, so I've been going online, and I thought I'm gonna pick Brock Lesnar because
course.
he's one of the highest rated guys,
The
and
beast.
it's Brock Lesnar, so why not? And I still suck.
You think it's due to lag?
There is a lot of lag, and I suppose if you play it a lot, you get used to it. But I've played it quite a lot, so with certain moves, I know exactly when to counter because I know when it's coming.
It's a wrestling game.
Yeah, but it throws all that out the window because I now have to press the
Time it.
trigger to counter
Like
just like less than a second earlier,
In
but
advance.
enough to throw me off.
Yeah,
So
like a fighting game.
yeah, so I've played about 5 games and I've won 1, and that's because the guy tried to drag me all the way up the ramp and get me counted out,
And you
and
can,
then
yeah.
I got back in before him. That's the only way I've won.
Through someone else's failure.
Yeah, I mean, I've literally just played one and someone just like hit a finisher on. He was playing a Sin Cara.
Sin Cara
I
defeated
was
Brock
Brock
Lesnar.
Lesnar, and he just he gave me like a roll up on the outside, and I couldn't get back in the ring in time. But I'm slowly leveling up.
You're
Getting
a rookie
there.
now.
Yeah, I'm now a rookie.
Mm.
I just want some achievements. I've kind of got back into the mood of achievement hunting,
I really hate online achievements.
and yeah,
Yeah, it's always been the thing of like Call of Duty has always done it really well, where it's like no online achievements because we have enough fucking things for you to
Yeah.
unlock in this and then it's like Halo is like half of these are online. You're never gonna get a quarter of these.
It ended up becoming more and more as well because you have the map packs that come
Yeah.
out, and they'd have their own achievements
Yeah.
with them
And
as
it's-
well.
And it's like 1,500 Gs. It's like
Yeah.
I'm never gonna see.
See,
like,
with like Halo 3, I think I played it enough online to like
Oh, yeah.
luckily do each of the
Yeah.
achievement requirements at least once. Like I ran someone over with a mongoose. That took a long time. That was one. I don't know.
and then you get into the
There
mood
was like
where
oddball ones.
yeah,
I
and then
just
you get
remember there
into
was one with a Shakespeare quote. It was like alas poor
Oh, yeah,
Yorick.
yeah.
yeah, and
I think
it's
it was kill someone with the oddball or something.
and it's
Yeah.
you get into the frustrating mood of like I need to do this, so
Yeah.
this is the only way I'm going to play. I am on
Yeah.
the mongoose, and anyone else is getting team killed. I don't even care if I get booted out.
It ruins it for like the other players as well,
Yeah.
doesn't it? And it's
And
just,
it's
I mean, a lot of these achievements are just reinforcing the fact that I don't have many friends. Like I'll see all these like Halo 5, I'll see the co-op achievements. So like, oh yeah, I'll just get a friend that's got Halo 5. Oh.
oh.
When-
So-
when
And then I feel
when
really
end up buying
alone,
it- When I end up buying it,
and then I cry and eat those sweets.
Colin's my friend.
Yeah.
you just place his Colin on another controller. I'm gonna complete this Colin.
The analog sticks are a bit sticky now, but it's okay.
It's just just melting into the controller because you left him on the windowsill.
Oh.
Like a Stretch Armstrong.
Poor Colin.
So nothing of interest.
Nothing of it.
Well, you're useless to me then, Ollie.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I mean, to be fair, we managed to get a lot out of he's not playing anything.
I know.
Yeah, we managed to get a lot out of the last
Fuck off.
hour or so in that room.
Yes. Jacob, you've been gone.
I've been gone.
You weren't here when we needed you most.
I've been gone for about a month from Lincoln at
I
least.
know.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah.
But now you're back.
Yeah.
Ready to kick some butt.
I suppose.
What have you been playing?
Console wise,
Yeah.
not very much.
Oh,
Because I got this.
you got an
I
iPad.
got my Tesco ePad.
iPad.
No, I got the iPad at Christmas, so I've been playing a bunch of stuff on that. Console wise, it's been Trivial Pursuit, which is out now on our channel, right?
It is.
Yeah.
It's all up.
I was playing Trivial Pursuit. I'm
Yeah.
not saying that I've won like 15 games on my record, but I have. And also, I've been playing Monopoly.
I love how all your games were games before your console.
You could have played these with.
All of your games
Do you know
were
what?
games
I did
before
play
games.
Monopoly.
worst
Physical
bit is-
Monopoly on New Year's. I played Monopoly.
The worst bit is, I guarantee that the disc costs more than the board game.
I mean, I did get it on a sale, like during the Black Friday thing.
Oh, okay,
So maybe I lucked out like
There
that.
was
Yeah.
probably a lot of board games on sale as well, though, because they can't
Probably.
get rid of
For
them.
Christmas. Yeah, you'd think.
Because people like you are harming the physical business
'Cause
by
you're
downloading
Oh no!
You're killing the
illegal
industry.
pirating of
I
Monopoly.
even considered downloading Monopoly on this. It's £4.
You are the problem with our
I am not
society.
taking Monopoly so seriously. You don't understand.
Yeah, you're that one guy.
I have a strategy. I have a legit Monopoly strategy whenever I
The
play
game's the
that.
system.
Jacob, it's only a game. Excuse me, Mum, I'm a businessman.
Yeah, I'm a tycoon.
Cut to him like in a full suit with his briefcase.
That's how I arrived to my Monopoly games.
Esports.
I have a
think
brilliant
you've heard of them.
investment strategy.
Oh my god, that'd be the best!
Well, Jacob,
Competitive Monopoly.
soon maybe.
Yes! Anyway, that's what I've been doing on my console.
But on the
I even made a custom board as well. 'Cause you can
Yeah,
do that. I made a
but-
Game of Thrones related board.
So
Wow.
does the board game let you do that without a pen?
Without, you can do it with a
does.
marker.
but
Yeah.
on your Netto iPad,
On the iPad.
yeah.
It's changing supermarket every time.
It's been a few things. Of course, Hearthstone.
Yeah.
Of course.
Of course.
I'm more interested in your new money sink.
There was Jetpack Joyride for a bit.
Yeah,
That's a good one.
that's a good one.
Uh,
I saw that on a 50-inch TV in the Apple store.
that'd be quite-
Some kid was playing on that new Apple remote thing.
Oh, well, the
Oh,
like,
Apple TV.
yeah, and looked like he was having the worst time possible because it looks like shit.
all proper like blown up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like the art carries
It's
over,
nice,
but the
yeah.
controller is
Oh,
shite.
I mean, you just got tap. That's
I
what you
held
want.
it. Yeah, I held it and I went, why?
Surely you can just use like your iPhone or something.
Yeah, probably. I don't
Actually-
know.
I played more Disney Infinity 3.
Oh,
I did.
You
I
did?
got one of the new. Well, I got the original trilogy set.
yes.
So I've done a bit of that.
My dad got my sister that over Christmas. She got 2.0 and 3.0 in all the Black
Ooh.
Friday stuff.
Ooh.
So so in total she spent on like the two base sets
Yeah,
like
yeah.
30 quid.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
he
pretty
spent
good.
30 quid on the two base sets.
The
But then my dad has slowly gotten into the mindset that you are, which is she needs all these figures.
I mean, yeah.
She needs all of them.
Why would you only have some of them?
Yeah, it's like of course she needs Elsa and Anna because she
I don't
likes
go that
Frozen.
far.
She
Okay,
likes,
so
she
she-
likes
Don't need Frozen
Well,
characters.
So she's leaning more towards the Disney side
Than
as
Marvel
opposed
and
to the
Star
Star
Wars.
Wars side.
Yeah, she likes my dad's figured out that getting her flying characters is better for her because
Flying.
she is shit at video games because she is
Yeah.
an 11-year-old girl.
Hmm.
That's she's just shit. She doesn't understand what she's doing some of the time, and it's like I can't get up there. Well, double jump. I don't know how. You press A twice, it comes up in big letters.
That's
So I
something
lose
that-
my shit, and so my dad just goes, just fucking use Iron Man and fly up there. And she went, oh yeah,
Yeah, so that's something I think I've mentioned this before. Something I find really interesting when I play stuff with people who aren't like inherently who haven't been playing video games for years. So they don't just know that A is usually jump.
Yeah.
You can usually tap it twice to do a double jump.
Yeah.
Like, and that came out a lot when I was playing Disney Infinity with my girlfriend over Christmas, and I was just like, it's so hard to translate. I'm like, I don't know how to explain this to you because
See,
it's
what
just
I
so
like to
simple
do-
in my brain.
I like to give them a game which involves a lot of strategy and puts them in charge of a lot of different little things.
Oh, you
Yeah, just-
devil.
Just like give them faster than light and just watch them like cry as their starship crumbles.
See, this is why I was playing co-op on the Lego games over Christmas.
That-
So you
yeah,
didn't
it
have to
was-
explain this
It's a
stuff.
good entry
Well, I mean,
level
even that's
game,
got
isn't
some
it?
double jumping.
Yeah.
But it doesn't particularly matter as long as one person makes it across because you fall to pieces. You get your nubs all loose everywhere.
Oh, yeah,
And
she
You
was-
get your nubs all over.
Yeah.
She was just like riding a pig around the Shire and just
it's like,
breaking children
we've
into
got to
little
get
pieces.
this fucking ring into the volcano.
That is a interesting sentence out of context. She's just riding on a pig, breaking kids into little pieces in the Shire.
No less.
Yeah.
But so Disney
I'm not sure I
Infinity.
kind of gave it context, really.
So Disney Infinity.
Yeah, that's been good. And then more iPad-y things. You want to talk about Star Wars?
I do. Well, we spoke about Star Wars last week,
Not
so we
Star
won't
Wars
talk about the movie
Episode 7 as-
because
Yeah, I mean-
I think we've all.
I liked it like they did.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
good. What do you think of it, Phil?
Eh.
Oh, get out.
I'd-
Anyway.
I
I'd,
liked it.
I'd just
But-
like to point out that I
Taking
like
it-
Star Wars and I'm
Can you see
wearing
it?
Chewbacca socks.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, I liked
For
it.
the audio people, there's Chewbacca on his socks. You
I
liked
liked
it?
Yeah.
it,
We've got
but
Kylo Ben.
I couldn't enjoy it because
On
I
my
was so
crotch.
terrified that they were going to fuck it up. And so I watched
Oh.
the whole film just waiting to cringe, and so I didn't end up enjoying it because I was just like,
So on edge the whole
yeah,
time.
like just anxious about it.
See, that's why I saw it twice.
Yeah, you see,
They
if I go
made-
and see it a second time, I'll probably like it more.
Yeah.
They made the
Yes.
perfect horror movie.
You're just like so tense.
So much suspense.
George Lucas is just going to come on and be like, no!
Did you see that there's a petition at the minute to
Let's get-
remove the Jurassic World director
In-
from Episode 9 and replace him
Get
with George Lucas?
in. Yeah.
And it's like George Lucas is there like,
Thanks, but
We've been over this. George Lucas is no longer around. George Lucas has been replaced by the parasite that lives in his neck.
Ollie found a Tumblr over Christmas of images of George Lucas's neck as it's gotten larger and larger over time. And it's
Could that just be because he's eating more?
No,
Ollie's
absolutely not.
convinced it's a parasite, and that's why episodes 1 through 3 were atrocious because the parasite made them instead of George Lucas himself. It had to be lazy enough to.
You look at
to,
you look at
It all
him
makes
during the
sense
original
now.
trilogy. He's got a human neck.
Yeah, but
Well,
he's
I mean,
also like
we are
15
on the
years
set.
younger or something.
I mean,
20
we are on
years.
the set of episode 3.
Of course we are.
Boom! Outdate jokes by 10 years. I'm here.
Oh, I just got that.
It's
Yeah.
a screen.
Like for a minute, I was thinking when you were editing this,
We're in
you were going to
Carson.
put images in, and then
No, of course.
and then
don't need to.
I got it. I got it,
You
Joel.
got it. Did you
That
get
was
it,
a
Ollie?
good joke, Joel.
Thanks.
I didn't even know if we were going to have a background normally, or is it just going to be the green?
Well, you'll see in the finished production, Jacob, so I can count you as
I'll
a
just
view.
have to
The-
watch
He's
it.
just going to change it to blue, and everyone's going to be like, what green?
Green.
You'll realise that we are in fact in space.
Well, no, we did that last time. Didn't come out well, it came out green.
We're not in space.
We're in a meadow!
Yes!
That's green.
Sure.
That's green. But Star Wars
Star Wars
Galaxy.
Galaxy of Heroes.
Yes!
It's a surprisingly okay cash cow,
This is where this has all been leading up to.
I guess.
It's like poetry, it rhymes.
probably the thing that I have played most on my iPad, actually. More than half.
Do you want to explain what it is?
Basically,
It's one of these
it's
things.
like you like start off with some characters, and then you end up getting more and more as the game goes on. Basically, you have this team of up to 5 of your own people, and you can get
Yes.
a 6th person from friends or whatever. And basically, you fight other teams that other people have made, or through the computer, like ladder in a way.
Yeah.
And yeah, no, it's actually surprisingly alright for a game that's really blatantly just kind of wants your money.
Yeah.
There's like not too much strategy, but enough to where there is like a
You're thinking.
yeah.
You're thinking, but you're not thinking enough. the thinking is which
You got to
Which
know
one?
which character to prioritize.
Yeah,
and
then
do
that's
that
it.
first, and
then
maybe
how much money you're going to spend after that.
got to memorize who does
'Cause
what, and
You need Qui-Gon Jinn.
you don't need Qui-Gon Jinn.
He's in all the adverts.
Most people and that's one of the main things about it that I don't like, is that you get these base characters at the start, so you end up with like everyone has Chewbacca,
Mm-hmm.
everyone has like a clone trooper. Who else is there? This random Jedi healer guy. Everyone has these like normal 5 or 6 ones. A lot of people just end up leveling those ones up, and they're all the ones you find online. Whereas no one else ends up using other characters that they've unpacked from other packs and whatever. And so
Can
you
you
usually
lose
run
a
into the same
character?
team most of the time. Sorry?
Can you lose your characters?
No. I think it's just a matter of like leveling them up.
Oh, I see.
Because they're like, why would I want to level up this person I just got in a pack from scratch when I have all these people that I've had since the beginning?
So does this work a bit like something like, best example I can think of that I played is WWE Immortals?
I haven't played that.
No, WWE Immortals
Okay.
is a fighting game.
This is like a
through and
turn-based
through.
thing.
Like,
Sorry, I
it-
didn't.
Oh, okay.
it's-
Yeah.
This is more in line
But
with the
in term-
Marvel game that's also out, which seems to be the same fucking thing.
Although with Immortals,
You had, like-
it seems like the way of unlocking characters. And
Yeah,
all that works
that
the
packs
same.
and stuff like that
Packs.
is the same
Data
thing,
cards.
but the way it's played is completely
Okay.
different.
Yeah.
It's one of those games where you need to buy the heroes to.
Of course, it's all luck as to whether you get the characters
Yeah.
you want or not. Because
Yeah.
I've been lucky. I've got a
Japanese
couple of
gacha repackaged.
I've got a couple of characters that I like. There's some that I want more of. But if you're not going to get really lucky in the packs, then it takes ages to unlock them through like grinding methods.
Yeah.
You can get like they're called character shards, and you can either get them through like missions or in the like lowest level packs. You can get like 2 shards for this person, and even random, not that great people. Like I mean. People like Darth Sidious, for instance, you need 80 of these shards.
And you're only getting like 2 every mission,
Yeah.
and it's like, nope.
Yeah, and it's just kind of like, oh, I've almost unlocked Ventress from the Clone Wars, and she was 50.
Oh,
And I'm like-
it's like, well,
So you got to get kind of lucky. Like I got lucky, I got Darth Maul,
and so
and I've got
and
Cad Bane.
and then this is where you've started to put money into.
I've spent £15.
15?
£15.
Fucking hell.
Considering there's a pack, the Force Awakens Ultimate Bundle, guess how much that costs? You get a good Finn, a good Kylo Ren, and like a bunch of shards for all of the other characters like Rey and that.
Yeah.
£80 you can spend on this game.
Yeah.
Right. For a game.
And that was like
which-
such a shocking thing because I've not really been exposed to like
Mobile games. and
Yeah.
stuff like, yeah.
to that degree where
No,
I'm like,
yeah.
you have a bundle that's £80?
Like you guys all seem a bit shocked.
Who
whereas
spends
I'm like,
that?
No, I'm not shocked that like
I'm not shocked at the
that's
price.
available. I'm,
I'm
shocked
that
that
you
you spent
spent
it.
it. Yeah.
15 quid
I'm
Because
not,
I mean,
I'm not
like,
even
for a
shocked
on a
game
bunch of
anymore.
like packs.
For a game that has sort of seemingly
actually
such
quite like
limited gameplay,
Oh yeah, but
to
like
spend
but
like that
the-
much.
But then the fun is like, oh, now I've got this character. Now I can do these even
It's
faster.
nice seeing your characters progress and level up
Yeah.
because there's gear, there's like just the normal level you can get up.
Mm.
You can promote characters if you've already got it, and then you put shards into them. So there's quite a lot of
There's
But what I want to
layers.
say
feeling
is
that you're
for,
building up your characters.
for
and that.
$7.99 on the App Store, you can get the original Knights of the Old Republic. So for
Okay.
half of what you spent,
You could have
you
got
could
an
have
actual
had-
good Star Wars
a
game.
good Star Wars game
This
that
is
would
a
have
good
lasted
Star Wars game. for
many,
players.
many more hours.
This was free.
I mean,
We all know I'm a pay to win whore anyway.
I mean, I kind of want to make kind of related point. When did Halo 5 come out, Joel?
November?
no, it was the end of
October?
October.
Yeah.
October. So 3 months, over 3 months.
Have you stayed
I've
clean?
been playing Halo 5. I've not bought a single pack on Halo 5, Jacob.
That's cool. You don't need to.
I've
Gives
not
you
bought-
shit.
I've
Let
I've
not
not bought a
Oliver.
single pack.
We're clearly different people in that regard.
But do you want to tell Phil how much you spent on Hearthstone?
You see, now I don't play Hearthstone. I've seen videos of it, but I don't actually play it. But from what I have seen of it,
This is.
it looks a lot, or it sounds a lot less
It
Play
is,
limited.
except it is completely viable to play in a free capacity.
This takes a long time.
It takes a long time to do stuff, But if you're not playing you can get through some ranks with free.
Yeah.
But a lot of people now bought stuff. It's like Yu-Gi-Oh and Magic the Gathering and stuff like that. Once you've started to buy packs and started interjecting them into like the base decks and stuff like that,
you get addicted. And
you get addicted, but also like, oh, this is much more viable once I've actually bought stuff. But
so it's a gateway game.
But I've never bought anything for Hearthstone, and I got to rank 19 on like in like a day sort of thing. But then you start reaching
you will
like
hit a wall.
You hit the wall, and you hit the wall fucking hard, and it's like, yeah, no, everyone's using this particular type of deck, and everything is paid. But do you want to tell Phil how much you've possibly spent on Hearthstone?
Look at him, he doesn't even know.
If I were to take a guess, over 2 years that I've been playing it, I would say somewhere in the region of about 130 to 150 pounds.
And that's not even a lot.
See, that's like half of a new console or like a new graphics card.
But it's just split over 2 years, and it's usually.
And I do vaguely justify it by like, oh, I've played this so much more than any other like full price release I've bought.
If you can justify like dollar per hour kind of thing.
So yeah, but
because I'm
not proud of it.
I've been playing a free to play game
you
recently. Yeah, I've been playing Ghost in the Shell, standalone
complex
First Assault, which is currently in closed beta sort of deal, but you can pay in on Steam. It's going to be a free to play game, but it's on sale at the minute. I spent like £4 to get in and to get like 10,000.
You spent money, Joel,
and got 100,000 credits.
My God.
And some stuff. Some skins.
What sort of game is it then?
It's a first-person shooter.
Right,
through. It is a Call of Duty game set in Ghost in the Shell world.
So Call of Duty, but with more boobs.
No, no, because there's only like a couple female characters.
Well, they could be male boobs. I mean,
there are big anime bara titties in that game on a couple characters, but it is not particularly great at the minute. It's in early access. Yeah. It's very much in early access. That game is janky as fuck. It crashed when I changed it to 1080p.
Oh.
And then surprisingly kept all the settings I'd saved when it crashed, and now it runs fine. It's one of those shooters that it's coming out at the minute. Like everyone seems to be ditching the Call of Duty method of like especially on PC and stuff like that. Everyone seems to be ditching like the hide behind a wall and heal up, and so it's all health bars and stuff like that. It's class based sort of. They don't really matter. There's no like this class is great against this class. It's like no, each one's just got their own powers. It just depends on what.
Just kind of like whichever you prefer.
Yeah. Do you like to be invisible, or do you like to send out a little drone that will explode when it finds a player?
Yeah.
But I'm willing to give it a pass at the minute because it's very much in early access, but it's not. It's like Star Wars Galaxies almost. If you're not paying for shit, it's gonna take you a fucking age. Because I played that yesterday for 2.5 hours, and I'm only halfway through level 2, or just nearing level 3.
So it's quite a grindy game then.
Yeah, and it's like if you don't do well, because you can, people have been playing this for a few weeks now, so people have, know what they're doing. People have better internet connections and stuff like that. You can die real quick. Like, I spawned, and also the spawns are fucked at the minute, because I spawned behind the enemy players and mowed everyone down. Did really well that match, leveled up from 1 to 2. And then the next match, someone spawned behind us constantly and just stayed there, and there's nothing you can do, because by the time you've swiveled your mouse around and looked around behind you, it's like, oh fuck, dead already.
Too late.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm playing the guy with the Seeker drone, so it's like he taps his arm and a little drone appears.
Beep boop.
Beep boop, so usually I get kills when I'm dead. It's alright. It'll probably get better with time, but it's very much like, for me, it's very much like, turn the sound off on this game, pop podcast on, shoot some dudes for a bit. Some points it's alright.
There's a lot of early access games, and it's always 50-50. They're either already kind of a good game that exists with more features coming, or they're quite a broken game with a lot that could get quite good.
Yeah, or they are a bad idea that I see why they put it on early access,
Yeah.
and it not naming any names, but it's like the concept is not good, and you've not improved it since. There's
Pisses me off actually. There's one particular title, Insurgency, right? And if you play that, it is really unpolished, kind of shit, and it's been early access for forever. And then out of nowhere, this game called Squad comes along, and it's basically Insurgency but way better.
Yes, it's a mixture between like Battlefield and Armour.
Yeah,
because I was also humming and hawing over that because it was like
it's quite expensive for an early access.
It's 30 quid, I think it is in a minute. But I was looking at early access and I was like, right, I've played this before. I saw one and I was like, I've played this before. It's in my library. I'll check it, see where it's at. And it's like, this hasn't fucking changed. It's still really bad. And then there's the ones like Android Assault Cactus, which came out in December finally, which when it launched it was not brilliant, but it was like, oh, it's like you said, there's like that spark there, you can see where it's going and stuff like that, and then it's like actually launched. It's like the Dreamcast game that we never got because the Dreamcast couldn't do dual stick shooters, but it's like, holy shit, this is fucking amazing, Jesus Christ. So early access has been,
it's a mixed bag, but
it's a proper mixed bag.
It annoys me when you buy a game in early access and it doesn't get better, because that is basically shitting on the model.
Yeah.
Like, the idea is that it gets better, and I swear they say like, oh, we've updated this and updated that, but the game still looks like wank. It still plays like wank.
and like, speaking of Insurgency, that was a mod. It was a source mod.
Yeah, so it was originally a mod, and they were like, we're going to make it into this.
Yeah.
And at first it was like a bit janky, and you're kind of like, well, you know, it's like early access. It's still quite fun, but I come back and play it now, and it is literally the exact same game, like a year later.
Yeah, it's like, and then it's like you're looking at the updates, and sometimes they haven't updated for a year or whatever, and it's like, have they just shuttered it down? And you look at, like, you go on the dev site and stuff like, oh no, we just don't want to update it until there's something substantial there to do, and it's like, and then
the whole game.
There's one currently that we've been tangled with for a little bit, within the confines of Lincoln and stuff like that, in early access. Do you know what? No, because we're journalists, we can critique stuff.
Sure.
#Dungeon.
We have opinions, I suppose.
#Dungeon. The original concept for it, the reason we're never going to run a review is because we know the developer, and
he's a lovely chap.
He's a lovely guy, and we know the developers, and spoken to them and stuff like that. That's not why we're not running the review. It's because he's taught at the university and stuff like that. It's conflict, it's bias and stuff like that, and it might look like, oh, bias because it's that way, bias because it's the other way. But like #Dungeon is one of them where it's like, you can clearly see where the updates have come in, but the original the core concept of the actual game itself is not great, and it's not improved since.
So with #Dungeon, what I think is brilliant is a brilliant like tech demo.
Yes.
Like what you can do
like
with Twitter.
It's like that their whole prerogative is like, what can we do with social media and APIs?
Yeah, because I think that's their
really
mission
cool
as a developer.
But the problem is like, so when we played that alpha build,
yes,
and I want to say it's still in the same position since.
I've seen some improvements.
Some improvements, but like it's with the generating dungeons through Twitter. So it will generate a string of code, and then you can tweet it out, and people can then access that dungeon through that code, copy and paste
and
it.
you can add it. You can add it.
So
the idea is that people build these really complex dungeons over time through Twitter.
But
basically
like,
using Twitter
at
to
the same
host
time, I don't know if, because obviously like I've not seen it since, but I've been keeping up to date with it and stuff like that. But I've not seen any addition of like generate a whole dungeon through Twitter code. And it's like, because there's no actual core game there, you've got to rely on like prefab stuff that's already in the game, or like other users' levels.
Well, I think what they were probably hoping is that people would build lots
Yes.
first, but of course, when it's early access, people just want to play it to
Yeah.
begin with.
And that's the problem. And also, like, it doesn't play fantastically.
You see, I haven't played that much of it. I sort of enjoyed it as like a kind of.
Because I got a build. I got a build.
Did you?
Well, yeah.
Oh no, wait, I did too. Actually,
Yeah,
it
we-
was a while ago. I played
yeah.
it for like a couple hours.
And that unless like it's smoothed out and it's no longer like, and it's a better.
But here's the argument I'd make for #Dungeon. I would say that if you're funding #Dungeon, you're not necessarily buying it to fund like a great game.
No, yeah.
Because I think it is more on like that kind of like tech demo-y
Yeah,
experiment side.
it's a nice
kind of
little
like,
experiment, but at the same time, if I'm looking at it as a games critic,
oh yeah.
it's like one half of it is fucking outstanding. Like, it's not out yet. Like, we'll talk about it in depth probably.
I don't
when it
necessarily
comes
know
out.
if it's fair to give like.
No, it's not. I'm not giving it like final judgment because obviously I've not played it in a couple months and stuff like that. But I'm using it as like the example of like, from what I've seen from their early access updates and stuff like that on the outside, whatever, and then comparing it to like other early access games like and stuff like that. It's like, yeah, you can improve this, that, and the other, but unless like as it is like part of my critique of the whole thing is, you know, and the games critique stuff is like.
But I think
it's almost like it's a what's the other Audio Surf 2.
Oh, yeah.
right.
So Audio Surf 1 is one of the most perfect fucking games on the
I love
planet.
Audio Surf.
Audio Surf 2, while it's in early access, was a fucking train wreck, and it still kind of is. It still is a train wreck because they added new modes and stuff like that. And none of them worked right. None of them felt right. None of them were like moving them. You know, it's all like trying to simulate like sports and snowboards and stuff like that. And it's like, okay, this is cool, but at the same time, you've kind of wrecked what made Audio Surf really great, which was pure simplicity. Like, I would have loved an Audio Surf. Like, yes, okay, but it's, you know, that was side stuff and whatever. You can still play Audio Surf as Audio Surf, but
it's like when they
it was
try to
a hot
remake
mess.
Pac-Man or Tetris.
Yeah,
And it's
like
it already works.
Tetris Ultimate on PC doesn't work.
Yeah.
But then you've got like Sega in Japan putting out Puyo Puyo Tetris on like.
I knew that
Go
was gonna
watch it.
come up.
Go watch it.
Damn.
Yeah, years. That was last year.
That was.
You got people. You got Sega in Japan making Puyo Puyo Tetris, and it's like, this is the most perfect Tetris game of all time because it combines both of the best match 3 games of all time.
I really liked it.
Like, it combines match 3 stuff and Tetris
Yeah.
into one huge mess, and it works. But then you got like stuff in early access. You know, and early access is a mess anyway.
Do you know what? I'm still a strong proponent of early access. I think they've just allowed too many people to do it.
Yeah, no.
essentially.
Valve's complete let go of the Steam store is one of the biggest detriments to them at the minute. But
Well, I
also
think-
not to them because they're raking in fucking.
So many of the
Thousands.
games I actually really, really like are early access. So Space Engineers wouldn't have been possible without
Yeah.
early access. I love that game. Prison Architect.
But like,
Prison Architect was early access done right because you build a prison for a couple of hours, and I've logged many, many hours, maybe 1 or 2 days of play, and then you forget about it, and then
Yeah.
at the end of the month they'd be like, oh, we've added these things now, and so you want to
come
go and
back-
build
you come
another
back again,
prison
yeah.
with that new feature.
What was the nice thing with Assault Android Cactus was like, play through all these levels we've made so far, and then it's like, oh, your save's been wiped, but like, that's all right because it means I can go back through them, see what they've polished up. Oh, they've added more batteries being dropped so that you can carry on longer, and like lives, you last longer now, and oh, this boss is here now and stuff like that, and that's great. But the thing that I've found with a lot of early access games that I've bought and played or got given and stuff like that is like, some of them never improve. Some of them come out like the core gameplay thing, which is like, as a critic, is my main thing. If it doesn't play right, I'm gonna fucking rake it through the dirt. You know, I'm gonna drag it in the dirt and spit on its face. I can look aside, you know, like Ghost in the Shell at the minute, like, the core concept works. I point at a dude, they fall over. Okay, you die a little too quickly, There's no health. There's no way to regain health, and that's maybe just how it's designed, whatever like that. But like stuff like #dungeon when we played it originally, like in that alpha build, and it's like, oh, this is a bad Binding of Isaac clone.
Well,
this
the thing
is
is, I think
really this is a slug, and it's like hopefully it's like it fixes like the issues with its sluggishness. Hopefully there's like no way to just rely on user generated content, because that is the. If I buy your game, I expect, like, even with Little Big Planet, they gave you, like, here's levels to play through.
The
and
Siege is an example of this
the
as well,
Siege.
because they give you the levels, but then people go and make really cool
Yeah.
contraptions.
But, like, the main concept, the main goal is to beat all those levels they put out so far. You're not expecting to just, like, it's like, Mario Maker is the biggest example of this. Like, AAA, you know, like, Mario Maker is, like,
You do the content.
It's like you do the content, but there's stuff in there. There's like, okay, we've added a set of levels which are based around the Nintendo Championships from the 90s.
Well, to me,
Go-
if I was playing Mario Maker, then I'd still want some of like the classic Mario levels.
Yeah,
exactly.
that's in there, and they regularly update that and stuff
Right.
like that. But then it's also like, okay, here's a button, you press this, and user-generated content comes at you thick and fast, and you've got 100 lives to beat it in. And that stuff's, you know, Mario Maker is like, obviously, like, it's apple and oranges when you think about how much fucking, like, money Nintendo put into Mario Maker, and then, like, #dungeon, which is made within Lincoln, and
By
stuff
a
like that.
small dedicated
Yeah.
team.
Yeah, and it's like I'm looking forward to seeing the end product, but the stuff I've seen so far, and I regularly follow it and stuff like that, and it's like
I think the problem probably...
it's another, to me, it's just another early access game which had a lot of promise, and until it's in my hands and I can and I don't see it's no longer an early access and stuff like that, and it's actually purchasable, and then I can look at it. It's like, obviously, like, I can't give it a review or nothing like that. That's unfair to it. It's like me going to Ubisoft now and going, I want to review The Division right now, which some people on YouTube have done, and they've gone, it's shite. And it's like, you played the fucking alpha.
Yeah.
You played 15 minutes of it before the servers got shut down. You can't review it, you mong. But yeah, no, early access games,
I think the thing is as well, you've got to look at like the developer. That's because early
Yeah.
access is a much more personal thing, because you're almost essentially
Yeah.
directly funding the
like
developer.
I've spoken to the Android characters people before and stuff like that, and it's just like, okay, but on another level, I am a critic and a journalist.
Oh, yeah, you're
in some
gonna-
capacity. I need to remove myself from the Cool. You have a personal. It's like, wait, you have a personal story to tell. Let me stick a camera in front of you and film it so I can get views on YouTube. That's great, fantastic, and we can become friends.
Yeah.
Ooh, you've got contacts. Ooh, we can do this, that, and the
That's
other.
what friends do.
Yeah. Ooh.
We were all doing that off camera.
Yeah. It's how journalists communicate.
Yeah. We are just strange,
But then-
gorilla-like beings.
But then at the end of the day, there's like, I need to become the alpha gorilla male and flip over the chair and go, "Your fucking game's shite, mate."
Yeah. I understand that, but I do think, like, say with the #dungeon example, it's not finished.
No, it's not.
I think you are right.
It's getting there. It's getting there
is kind
from
of
what I've seen from
bit
Facebook
cloney.
updates and stuff like that. It's getting there, and I'm looking
It's
forward
slowly
to
but
seeing
surely.
if the original. Are you still laughing at
Joel, the alpha gorilla. It's like that is your wrestling name.
I think there's going to be a
The alpha
Photoshop.
gorilla.
But like you just like look at that, and I think some early access developers are working full time. Like the Prison Architect guys could work full time on it because they're making enough money off of it.
But
Whereas like some aren't and have day jobs.
Yeah.
And that's probably the biggest failing of early access, is that whilst you can fund this project,
There's only so far.
the developer's personal life can get in the way.
Yeah.
Whereas with bigger titles and bigger teams, that won't happen.
No, and that's just the landscape of games development at the minute, is that it's become a lot more personal, and like me sitting as someone,
A lot more pitchforks go around these days.
Yeah, and me sitting on I'm no longer a consumer. Like, I have to report to the consumers in some capacity, and stuff like that. But I'm, me, Jacob, and Ollie are no longer consumers in some capacity because we're critiquing games. We're looking at games in a different way to what, like, say you would be. Like, even though you hear on podcasts and stuff like that.
I mean, I wouldn't say like I'm actively reviewing Punch
No,
Club.
it's like you're the person that, like, at the end of the day will look at one of the reviews on our website. Once we finally get reviews going and stuff like that. It's
To
very
be confirmed.
It's a slow
Have
There's
some more
2
people.
on there at the minute. It's 2.
So once we finally have some more people here to do reviews.
Yes.
Look, if you want a Monopoly review, that's all you had to say.
Do you want to do a
You just had
Monopoly
to ask.
review? We can do a Monopoly.
I'm going to
review.
review chess.
But yeah, early access is a weird thing. Jacob,
Yeah.
we like cut you off massively. Like, what else
Yeah.
have you played on your iPad?
Marvel Puzzle Quest.
Oh.
Right. Okay.
Okay, let's just ditch the iPad games. I'll tell you what, actually, that's another thing. It's sort of semi-early access, but what I've liked doing is going back and, there's games on Steam which have sort of been released as PC games.
Yes.
And then they suddenly become available on iPad when
yes.
they've finished it, and Door Kickers is a really good example of that. And that's what I was playing before Christmas. So it's semi-related.
Full circle.
Yeah,
Full circle.
but that's a game that's like another success because it worked. It worked the first time.
Yeah.
Like, there was a core game right from the get-go, and they just made it better as it went along.
Yeah. The other game I was playing was Soul Zero, which is a strategy game where you colonize Mars for the first time.
That sounds right up my alley.
It seems like it should be a great idea because there's like no real fail state to be seen
But
so
is
far.
it really a video game, Joel?
Yeah, no, it is because it's like you launch a rocket up. So the first launch will be like supplies, a forklift, and a rover. So the forklift can get the supplies off the shuttle, and then it's like a methane extractor. Yeah, so then it's like you attach the methane extractor to the shuttle. The shuttle will then extract methane, so you can relaunch it back up. But then if you wait like a cycle, another launch will be available. So you can. So basically, a lot of my games have been like a load of shuttles that have never got back to Earth.
All those stranded astronauts
One
waiting
way
to see
trip.
their
Well,
children.
no. So like astronauts are its own so you have like 7,000 kilograms you can launch like per thing. I think you can upgrade it eventually, but it's like 7,000 kilograms. But it's like always at 6,000, so you have 1,000 to work with. So it's like if you send an astronaut up, you've also got to supply them with food and water. So like the first few launches of astronauts are suicide missions because they're the ones that are setting up the farms and like the bio industries and stuff like that for the next lot of people. They will usually
you
die.
just let them die?
I watch them die.
Get there,
It comes
do some
up,
shit and then die. Yeah.
but they don't like die and their corpses remain. They just explode into clouds.
As astronauts do.
Yeah, but like the nice thing about it is it's like it's not it's constantly telling you off like a solar panel is need repair, and I'm like I can't do anything until the next cycle comes around, so I can bring an astronaut up to Mars to repair it, and then also build another farm so there's more food, and also build a water thing on ice and stuff like that. So like you send like the rovers out and they'll scan the ground and they'll do stuff, and then it's like, oh, this has methane on it, I'll put a methane extractor here and put a water tank here and whatever, and then it's like but like the nice thing is like so you can build like tunnels, and then the tunnels need to be connected to oxygen tanks and stuff like that, and then it's like, oh, there's a fire here or whatever, and then it's like, oh, I'll just close the door on this tunnel and it cuts off all the oxygen to it, and then so all the plants die inside it, but it's rebuildable and stuff like that. It's not lost to the fire. So I haven't actually colonized Mars yet. I seem to get so far and then go, I fucked it, because but then I've realised like the
Is it because you let your astronauts die?
No, it's not that. It's because like these games where it's like, here's a landscape for you to colonize or whatever, like any of these strategy games, the space isn't big enough. So it's like the shuttle is in the way, but I need the shuttle here, and I've not brought a methane extractor with it because I didn't have enough space because there was astronauts inside it.
Who were going to die anyway.
They were going to die anyway,
To the
but it's like I can't do anything. There's not enough space. Like it needs like
So
larger
can't you
spaces.
just launch the shuttles and tell them to just fuck off, basically?
But they'll go back to Earth, and then it's like a quicker turnaround on like getting them back into space.
Right, so
back
why
to
can't you just launch them off?
Because they need what? So they'll continue to refuel without the methane extractor, but the methane extractor is like a better way to get them going quicker when you're first starting out. So you don't have any resources to refuel them and stuff like that. And that's like the next level. But there's not enough room for that. There's not enough room for trial and error. But it's like, all right, I need to get this down to a T. So like my next step is like, okay, I'm just gonna build like a basic colony, and then build a launch pad and just send people into space and see what happens. It's really simple. It looks really simple. It's Unity. It's one of those games that it launches the Unity thing. Like, what do you want your graphics to be? Beautiful, fast, or fantastic. So if it says fantastic, and then it's like one of those. It's like I stick something on one side of the screen, and then set it's like 800 by 600, and just like set it to one other side of the screen, and just like, okay, I'll do this. And then it's usually Alt F4 out because it's like, fuck this, I fucked up again. It's like,
did you ever hear of the game that was maybe like Dwarf Fortress but in space?
oh shit, that sounds like a fucking nightmare.
Maya, and it was like a total disaster. I think. I don't think they like managed to get it going. But it was. It sounded like a good idea. I thought.
I want to look at Dwarf Fortress at some point.
I like dwarves in fantasy.
This
in
is
real
not
life.
what you're thinking of. Dwarf
Dwarf Fortress is torture in a game.
Dwarf Fortress is a fucking nightmare pit. I've downloaded it once and played it for an hour and went, no fucking chance. Absolutely no chance. This is like one where you'd need to like print out the wiki so you didn't have to keep and then like bind it up and stuff like that. And
it's one of those games
and stuff like
it's
that.
literally so deep and there's so much like code and shit that can happen to your dwarves that they didn't even make graphics for it. Like it is literally that
It's
deep.
ASCII. It's all ASCII art.
Oh.
But it's like so deep. It's like I was reading stories that it's like, yeah, the dwarves started creating super soldiers by themselves, which was giving birth near a volcano so that they would burn their skin so much that they were impervious to the burning of pain. And then started marching out, but they didn't like consider like training them up with swords and stuff like that, because some of it's automated and some of it's like,
yeah,
okay,
and
I've
I
got to
think
manage
you can
this.
kind of like control what they automate and that kind of thing.
But we will look at it because
Sure.
it's
Sounds weird.
yeah.
It
There's
is
like graphical packs for it and stuff like that, so we'll probably download one of those so we're not just looking at like ASCII art.
No, you got to play it in ASCII.
Um,
I think I had one where it just made the ASCII like coloured.
yeah,
Yeah.
that color coded ASCII is always the best. It's
Yeah.
like when I was playing roguelikes, like before like roguelikes were a huge thing, and it's like, oh, this is all ASCII art. Oh, this monkey is just the letter M. And it murdered me. There we go. The @ symbol is dead. I also played some Counter-Strike Go because
Ooh. Yes,
esports are a thing. Everyone has their esport now. I'm like, I feel
Nice.
left out.
No, I'm kind of with you. I don't really play anything that.
Yeah,
hardcore,
it's like, and then I realised I don't have the patience at all to
See,
deal with
What's
this.
I
the
think-
sport?
See, I've not really played any esports kind of thing.
No.
I've never been able to get into MOBAs. Kind of a segue. There.
Yeah.
Let's just
That new MOBA that Epic are making, Paragon.
Oh yeah.
I've been
MOBA-esque,
kind of-
I've heard.
Yeah, I've been kind of looking into that, and
It seems
I
it's more
like
action orientated.
Yeah, I like.
so
I feel like that might be
it's like
a gateway into MOBAs
Yeah,
for me.
it's
'cause
like-
I like the look of it.
it's like not Smite-esque, which Smite is just bringing the camera down. And it's still just a fucking MOBA.
Yeah.
I like Smite.
But it's also not Heroes of the Storm or Dota or League of Legends. So over Christmas, Harley said to me like, "Oh, we should play Dota 2 at some point," and I was like, "Okay, I'll give it a go by myself and see how I feel because I've done it before. I've got like 6 hours on Dota 2 logged on Steam, and that's it." So I installed it, launched it, quit within half an hour. I went, "Fuck all of that."
If you're gonna try a MOBA, Dota 2 is probably the worst one to go.
Well,
for.
my friend was like, "You need to play Dota 2 because you can watch these and then you'll learn how to play." And it's like, No, it's so fucking boring.
To me, it's like they tried to get me. They being my friends, they do exist.
Yes.
They tried to get me into like League of Legends, and I just honestly
There's
like
something to. There's something there. There's like.
there's something
Okay,
that
the-
reaches out and grabs other people, but not me. It just
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
goes,
And I
nah, Phil.
And I think it's more to do with like. Oh god, the respawn timer is now a minute and a half. Fuck me.
It's like you just said, oh, watch these and you'll learn how to play. I don't want to play games where I have to watch things and learn
Yeah,
how to
I
play
don't
them.
want to
I want to be able
spend-
to pick up the
I don't
game
want
and
to
enjoy it.
Yeah.
That's why Counter-Strike Go is good, because you can play it and then you go, well, I want to get better at this.
Yeah,
And then you look it
know
up.
the concepts. But then it's like, before Christmas, you did play a lot of Heroes of the Storm.
In front of you.
Yeah,
Yeah, I did.
there was a lot of Heroes of the
There
Storm.
was, because I wanted that mount
Did you
really
get-
bad.
Did you get it?
Yeah, it's awesome. It's the best.
But should we move into some news?
Candy,
Because Iron Maiden are making a video game.
you've printed it off.
Printed
Yeah.
it off. Look at this. It's got
So
pictures and
professional.
everything.
Such a newsreader.
Yes, I know.
Much news, such wow.
I'm Alex Daniel. Let me. he sits
You've
like
got to
this.
do the voice. He does
Hello,
like
I'm Alex Daniel. He speaks
Yeah.
kind of like Captain Kirk.
I think he's doing like a Jeremy Paxman, but from
Yeah.
Hull.
So Iron Maiden are. This is from GameSpot. All this is from GameSpot.
I'm Jacob
sort of.
Dickens in the social media lounge.
Yep.
Jacob, we hear people use Twitter. What can you tell us?
You
He's
don't.
currently stuck on Google.
Yeah.
So Iron Maiden have a video game coming out called Iron Maiden Legacy of the Beast, which is an action-packed, free-to-play RPG steeped in Iron Maiden mythology.
Can't wait.
What is Iron Maiden mythology?
It's the Skeleton Man and
Eddie.
Right,
Yeah.
okay.
and stuff.
So it's not just them trashing hotel rooms or something,
No.
as I imagine most rock stars
There'll,
do.
there'll be songs about. I don't even know.
It's
What are
weird.
their songs about?
Yeah, it's just like this is a good song, but
I like Iron Maiden. I still can't tell you what their mythology is.
well, do you want the description of the game?
Sure.
Players explore new worlds, travel through time, and battle a cast of dramatic and engaging characters drawn from an expansive catalogue of Iron Maiden's albums and art.
Such as that.
Oh, so it's just they're gonna make the artwork from the albums.
They're gonna make
come to
brutal,
life.
They're
Yes.
gonna make Brutal Legend.
Yeah, pretty much. That's kind of what I'm
Gameplay is
expecting.
enhanced with a soundtrack using songs spanning the band's entire career, including previously unheard live recordings of Iron Maiden's classics, adapted for the game by engineer Tony Newton under the close scrutiny of bassist and founding member Steve
How
Harris.
do they adapt it? I mean, like, do
It
they
would
just somehow
probably-
cut out
It
the
will probably be
cheering?
like pop a super move or something, and then it's like, okay, we
And
need
hear a
this
solo.
yeah, and it's like we need this specific audio in this way, like, oh, we can make this sound like a cave, but we can't make the original master sound like a cave. Probably because those original masters, like all those like individual like sounds and stuff like that, like probably don't exist anymore. It's,
Yeah.
or like, oh, it's so hard to get hold of. I don't know. It's weird. Avenged Sevenfold apparently also have a game. I learned today that Avenged Sevenfold's singer is called M Nightmare or something.
That is
Shadows.
legal,
M Shadows.
Yeah.
legal name.
Mad Shadows.
Oh, fuck that band.
You forgot about Sinister Games.
Oh, do something creative. Try coming up with your own fucking logo before Overkill already did it in the 80s, you fuckers. I don't like that band.
Shit, son.
He does the heavy metal.
Yeah.
He is what we refer to
that's
as
a
a
band.
person who likes metal.
Yeah.
Yes. Can you tell?
I don't like Avenged Sevenfold.
No, I'll probably play the Iron Maiden thing.
I'll try it
It'll be
out,
on
sure.
It'll be on your
Sure.
iPad.
I'll report
Well,
back.
Will it work on my phone? I don't know.
Probably.
Then I might, yeah.
Ubisoft, a lot of things happened for Ubisoft. Kind of. I don't think they were intending it to happen, but it did. The Division got some news because
Yeah.
the journalists went to go see it, and they've seen it.
Mm.
It's a secret numbers game. It's an RPG through and through. You shoot a dude in the head and 300 pops out of it. You upgrade your gun, 900 might pop out of it. You find loot, you upgrade your stuff, you upgrade a base. It looks like an RPG.
Sounds like one of our favourite games.
It almost sounds like Destiny in a bit, in a way. Destiny.
See, I skipped Destiny because I heard such mixed things about it.
Yeah.
It's
It's
not a game I've
apparently
played,
gotten
but it's,
better.
yeah,
Yeah, I've heard
I'm
that.
constantly intrigued.
Yeah.
But you see, that's the reason why I couldn't get into Borderlands, because I was like, look, I've got this fucking badass gun now. Why isn't it like instant headshotting people?
That's my biggest issue with like any of these RPGs with guns. Is like I shoot you in the head and you're supposed to fall.
I
over
get
and
that
die.
like the big massive hulking monster takes more hits, but like I've been fighting psychos for like 2-3 hours now, and I still can't like one hit one with a sniper rifle.
So the Division. There's a closed beta coming for it on the Xbox One on the 28th of January, and then PS4 and PC will follow the day after, and that runs till the 31st of January, which is not that long. I think that game comes out in March anyway.
I was going to say, does that game even have a release date?
Yeah, it's March 2016.
It's actually going to come out in March.
It seems like it now because it's like they're doing stuff, like they're showing it to people now. They're letting people actually play it without.
The footage I've seen, it's not unpolished. It's like
it's like some stuff leaked out of it running on PC at low settings, and it still looked okay.
When it was first announced and the concept was first announced, I was really quite interested, and all that interest has died.
No, because it took so long.
Yeah,
2014, I think it was announced. That first demo where he hid behind the car door, and it was like, whoa.
I saw one group of people play it, and they just spent like the whole time opening and closing doors, and like the Ubisoft people looked a bit pissed off about it.
It's got an entire fucking queue.
Play the game.
Do you remember that first gameplay that they showed of it? When they tried to simulate what gamers sound like when they're playing with each other.
Yeah. They did the same for Rainbow Six.
Yeah,
I think they do those wrong. I think they should actually get 14-year-olds to do it.
Yeah, because that's what it's going to be.
Yeah, they should get 14-year-olds to just play it and then just like take their audio and mask it over a professional demo.
Yeah, but like the concept of like leaving players behind for dead and stuff like that is great because that harkens back to one of the best games of all time, Kane and Lynch 2.
Here we go.
Oh man.
Here we go.
Yeah, where you could leave players behind. In
Honestly, that game was garbage, but the multiplayer was fucking amazing.
I think shut your mouth. It's the best 4 hours of my life.
We all have our quirks.
There's going to be no trading at launch. The guy from Ubisoft said like things just fall through the cracks and don't get in. But then again, Destiny doesn't have player trading.
No, I guess
even though they're all MMOs. But apparently Destiny will get that maybe in the future. And the content they've been showing a lot, which is the Brooklyn stuff, isn't going to be in it at launch. It's effectively been canned. It might be DLC at some point.
Well, no, but I think they actually have a good reason for that, because they have made the map like to a 1-to-1 scale of an area, and that is really hard to do.
It's really hard, but then it's like you see the leaked screenshots and stuff like that coming out of like the size of the map, and it's like, holy shit, they're either cutting a load of stuff for DLC, or this 1-to-1 area is going to be so fucking big that like it doesn't matter that it's only this small section of New York, and eventually it'll maybe expand out and stuff like that.
I think that would be a good way though, because it's like you sort of have that zone and then it will come out and then you think, and that's a fair way because they still then get money to run the servers, which is always the problem with
also also you're talking about Ubisoft, a multi-billion-dollar corporation that doesn't particularly need, money to.
But they're not doing it for charity, Joel.
No, they're not.
They're not doing it because they like us.
The more I see of that, like, the more I kind of get not excited, but like I will probably buy it launch day just to see how it is, and then if it's shite, it might be the first game I take back in a long time.
Did we say it was out
March? I think it's like towards the end of March,
maybe,
the latter half of March.
Maybe I get it.
Yeah, it's one of those where it's like you come out near deadlines.
Yeah,
I suppose actually.
But also you are a great game for deadlines because it means like I don't have to think about anything for a bit, and I can just sit down every night for an hour or so after all this fucking work.
See, that's when iPad and like sort of those iPhone games where you click and come back in an hour thing is great, because you can kind of just check it now and then.
But like the thing I am genuinely worried about, that's a game I've been playing. Hang on, come back. The Division. The one thing I'm worried about is like I'm on PS4, you two are on Xbox One. I have no one to play that game with.
I might have a PS4 by then.
Street Fighter comes out next month.
Street Fighter's out in February, and so is my birthday. So yeah.
There we go.
Your
That
birthday
works.
is out in February.
Yep.
Yeah.
There'll be DLC next year. It's the 22nd birthday.
Yeah.
We're not announcing anything just yet. We don't have a date specified.
I've had a season pass going for the
Yeah.
last 20 years.
Your parents.
But you still have to pay extra for candles.
More Ubisoft stuff. Assassin's Creed movie is finished filming.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's out this year on the
That
December
seems to have
21st.
just approached really
Yeah,
quickly.
Come and gone, yeah.
Michael
I
Fassbender's in
swear,
it.
they only announced it 2 weeks ago, and now it's here.
Well,
It's,
it got
now wrapped.
announced ages ago, and then there was nothing heard from
It's-
it because
yeah.
When that happens with a game movie, you normally just assume it's been
It's
canned.
dead.
Yeah,
But
like
then- but then
there
it's
was there wasn't supposed to be a Bioshock movie.
yeah, there was going to be a
Like,
Bioshock, but
Was
that
it Guillermo
died.
del Toro that was supposed to be doing it, and then he dropped
it was
out
the
and it got
Pirates of-
canned?
It was Pirates of the Caribbean director, I think,
Was it?
at some
Jack
point.
Sparrow.
But no, that got canned because they couldn't make it rated R.
Right.
Because PG-13
Guess.
is where it's at, for video game movies apparently. No, but they've
So
actually.
what will be an R-rated game in America, and they can't make
Yeah.
the movie?
Yeah, that is
Yeah,
ridiculous.
they're getting there. They're getting there. Deadpool will hopefully prove to them, to the Hollywood suits, that
There's money
no,
in
there's
this.
money in the R-rated stuff.
Yeah.
Because who gives a fuck? You'll make all your money on Netflix and DVDs.
Yeah, exactly. But this is the thing, they still don't think they make money from Netflix. They still think that Netflix is this other thing that is just leeching at their business.
Oh yeah, because
Which is completely ridiculous.
NBC's the head of NBC came out and said Netflix, give us your figures, and we think you're lying, and then they did, and it's average 4.6 million per episode for Jessica Jones
Yeah.
and stuff like that, and it's and then Amazon was man in the Nazi one that they've got going on.
Man in the Nazi one.
The, yeah, the
I
man in
think
the
it's
Nazi
shoulders.
the man in the Nazi one.
Yeah.
We got 2.8 million views on average per episode, and
The
it's
man in the
everyone's
Nazi bungalow.
yeah, and everyone's kind of gone, oh right, okay, this is how Netflix is able to fund a $60 million Adam Sandler movie.
Yeah.
Was
How
that
did
But
that
why?
even cost 60 million?
Yeah.
Oh.
But yeah, it's ridiculous, and they kind of, because I'm gonna say on a video that I may have watched things in a manner which was not entirely legal, but that's because
No, we've
there
all
was
done
no way to access it.
Cut
What
Locker
do
is
you
where it's at.
mean?
But there's no way to access it for us. So a lot
Oh,
of
yeah.
HBO stuff, how the fuck are we meant to watch?
No,
that?
it's the same. It's how am I supposed to watch my children's cartoons
Yeah.
on a regular basis if Steven Universe and stuff
Yeah,
like that?
yeah.
And it's no, people deliberately go out their way to upload it to Dailymotion because they know people in certain countries can't access this stuff because either Cartoon Network isn't actively available, through whatever subscription stuff. It's and it's
But in
this
some
is blocked in
cases-
the US. This is only for the US viewers. It's all right. I
Well,
guess I'll
bringing
watch
it-
the highlights.
Yeah, bringing it wrestling wise.
Yes.
You can't get Lucha Underground here in UK.
No.
It's my favourite show wrestling wise,
it's
and I
near-
want to support
and-
it
It's actually kind of hard to find
online. now
online
as
as well because they've actively been taking stuff down
Mm.
because they know that they can make a shit ton of money
I
from
think
it.
you may be able to subscribe to LRA Network's subscription service.
You probably would, but then there's VPNs and
Yeah.
blockers, and I don't want to deal with that shit.
The one that really annoyed me is still AMC because they had their show Breaking Bad become a fucking international hit thanks to things like Netflix.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And then they're still The Walking Dead should probably not go on there.
Oh no, because The Walking Dead is the only thing that people tune. They made a mistake with Breaking Bad because no one fucking watched it on AMC.
Yeah,
They
watched it.
waited till the next day
Yeah.
and watched it on Netflix.
Yeah.
Isn't Walking Dead on Fox?
But it-
over
Yeah,
here?
Fox
Walking
over
Dead,
here.
the first few seasons are on Netflix and the other few are on Amazon Prime for a couple of quid, I think. But it's still.
But also, why would you want to watch The Walking Dead after that pilot episode?
I've never watched it.
I've really fucking soured on The Walking Dead
I watched
since.
the
I
first
kind
3
of
seasons.
fall in and out of love with it. I kind of stop
I-
watching it and then I go back.
when
and
they
it's
when they didn't go the extra length to cut Rick's hand off, so because then they'd have to do prosthetics the entire time. When they, I don't know, they kind of made the governor a better character by explaining what happens to him afterwards. But it's okay.
Oh, I love that montage.
That couple episodes afterwards where it's just focused on the governor is
Yeah.
really great. But then
I
it's
see, that's
anything after that is this is so fucking
Is that
boring.
season 3 with the?
Yeah.
That's
It gets
where
a
I
bit
lost
better.
interest.
Yeah, that's after those
That's
two
what
episodes. I
happened to
watched
me.
the one after the good. I can't even tell you what happened. And I was just like, I fell asleep. That's why I can't tell you anything. I fell asleep during it. It's
I
like
think-
you watching WCW.
My housemates were like, honestly, it gets better in season 4. So I went through and watched that, and it does get better. But then even at the end, it kind of trails off. I feel like for like the first 10 episodes, they do it really
Oh,
well,
yeah.
and then like the last 6 is just.
Well, it's like the pilot episode is so fucking good. And it's like, holy shit, this is amazing. And then you watch the rest of season 1, it's like, oh,
You know,
right.
you know what the problem I have with The Walking Dead is? It can't seem to decide whether it wants to be a zombie series or a survival series.
Oh,
you get the odd episode where it's like your standard zombie action horror movie.
Yeah, the zombies are literally the MacGuffin to move the plot along.
Yeah,
Like,
but then
oh no, how do we kill this character off if all the other ones have left? Oh, zombies got him.
Yeah.
But see, when I started watching it and knew nothing about it really, I just thought, oh, cool, this is just going to be a cool kind of zombie movie, but in a series.
I like
And
to think
it wasn't that at all.
No, it's a drama.
So yeah, if you go in expecting that,
It's
you
like a survival
get disappointed.
drama western.
yeah, the
kind
humans
of
are
Yeah.
the focus. It's like the humans are the focus, but like the nice thing about it is like especially season 2. There's moments in season 2 where like the best bit of The Walking Dead, other than the pilot episode, is like when they deal with the big fat zombie that's bloated in the well.
Yeah.
And it pulls apart. It's like, fuck, okay. And then the rest of the episode is just like, oh, I'm so miserable because the zombie apocalypse is here. It's like, liven up. And everyone's fucking sweaty. And it makes
There's
me
I'm
feel
gonna come
gross.
back at the next zombie apocalypse, and I'm gonna be like, cheer up, Joel.
I'll be like,
Cheer
alright, let's go raid the fucking pubs and get fucking drunk as shit.
There's only so much you can do as people sitting around in a prison.
Yeah,
Yes.
I think they left that after a
Yeah,
while.
yeah, that was season 2, I think.
Season 3
Or it might have been season three.
Yeah,
Season 3.
it kind of.
But whatever it was, it bored me.
Yeah, there's only so much you
And I
can
didn't
do with
watch
it.
on after.
But also, like, the comics have kind of trailed off at the same time.
Right.
The comics went weird as fuck, and then they like pulled it back, and then it's like Cole's got no eye, and Rick's got no hand, and like everyone's fucking maimed or ruined, and characters that are still alive in the TV show because they bring in viewers aren't alive anymore in the comics because that sold fucking oodles like when they killed Glenn in the comics.
Yeah.
I just kind of felt that, like, there was never a lot of progression.
No,
It
it
was
takes
just
a
such a
whole
slow pace.
series
Yeah.
for anything to happen.
Like, you know
and people
what?
fucking love it.
You know what? The world's fucking ended. I want to know why.
No, so
No,
they don't know. So they
They-
tried that. That was Fear the Walking Dead. Like the
okay.
initial.
Yeah.
So the
Like,
thing with
yeah.
The Walking Dead is that they never explain how the apocalypse actually happened. Like how the zombie virus got
Yeah.
there. It's just meant to be like, oh, everyone got ill.
Yeah.
So the Fear the
And to
Walking
me,
Dead
that
is like,
makes it feel like a plot device.
yeah. So like Fear the Walking Dead, but it's like it's 6 months later. It's too late to fix it now.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
mean,
know,
like, how,
people-
and how are you
people
going to
try
find
to
out
put-
as well?
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't want them.
All
To,
records are gone. Everyone who could tell you's dead.
I don't want them to go out specifically looking
No,
for
but
a
like the
cure or
thing with
trying
the
to
Walking-
find the
the
answers.
thing
But I
with the
want some
Walking-
hints.
I mean,
Like-
didn't they go to the CDC anyway? And he
Yeah.
kind of explained what it was.
Yeah, they kind of explain what it was in like the first season almost, just
Yeah.
for the idiots.
So they don't know how it came about. Which kind of gives it a nice
but
mystery.
like, yeah, but then it's like, they did try to like show what happened day 1, day 0, you know, and with Fear the Walking
Like
Dead. It's
Law and
like,
Order.
yeah, and it's like Fear the Walking Dead. And it's like this is shite. This is proper pure driven.
Do you know what did it
shite.
really well actually? The game, Telltale game.
Yes.
That opening bit.
That opening bit, but then even that was like, right, let's move on 2 months.
Yeah.
Everyone's the way we can show the passage of time is that everyone's wearing a coat now.
Yeah.
But then The Walking Dead season 2, the game was not great.
I've
No, you
not-
see, I
I've
lost
not played
interest in
season
that. I
2,
tried to play it.
It wasn't great
But
because
I like the game a lot more than I like the series.
Yeah, but like the thing, but like I've just remembered that I had a mobile game to talk about real quick.
Oh.
There's a new Katamari game out
Is there?
Oh,
for the
yeah.
mobile.
Yes.
I
It's
like
called
it.
Tap My Katamari.
Ooh.
It's a clicker game.
Oh.
It's an idle clicker game on the mobile where you tap and the Katamari.
I just love
Yes,
how they
big
take like
Katamari.
a concept that could work on mobile and they go.
They've
"What
already
works?"
done a Katamari game on
Oh, have
mobile. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
and it was shit.
Well,
Because it
I'm
was all touch controls, and the Katamari is already whirly
Weird as-
enough.
Weird
Like,
as shit. To
yeah.
control.
So in desperation, because I keep checking it every day,
Mm.
in desperation, I bought the PS3 version of Katamari Forever. So
Mm.
we'll look at that
Yeah.
next week.
Yeah.
But
I played. Is it Beautiful
Yeah,
Katamari?
yes,
Xbox.
on 360.
Yeah, I
yes,
played
that's
that.
not a great version.
I played that. I played the co-op on that as well. and
Oh.
it was one of the weirdest things.
It's one-
Like
Oh,
I
yeah.
remember with the person I was playing it with, I was just like, I don't feel like I've got much control over this.
No.
And then they were like, I don't either.
no
Well,
one has any
it's
control.
moving somehow, so one of us must be doing something, but neither of us feel in
Yeah.
control.
So the first two Katamari games are great.
Yeah.
The PS3 one is great. Beautiful Katamari is alright, but it's not.
I thought it was fun.
It was fine,
fine,
but it was
yeah.
just another Katamari game.
Yeah.
It didn't bring anything new to the table.
Well, I've not
Whereas
played it before
Katamari
that, so.
Forever is like a tribute. It's like the last one.
That's cool.
But then also like the PSP one, the PSP one, the PS Vita one, and the iPod Touch one are all fucking
iPod Touch.
dreadful.
Wow.
They're dreadful. You could probably get it for free at this point. Nobi Nobi Boy was a better game than those
Oh,
last
God,
one.
that game.
Nobi Nobi Boy finished. They finished it.
What?
They got girl back to Earth. Like she circled all through the galaxy and like came
Wow.
back. There's Far Cry Primal has a contest that'll let you stay in a cave for a night in the middle of winter.
Thanks.
It's a €500 cave.
Great.
Wow.
Ubisoft,
Did they
you're
just
so
find that on
generous.
Airbnb?
Yeah.
Jesus.
HoloLens got some news. That's Microsoft's
yeah.
headset
Oh, yeah.
thing. The
Which is
guy.
actually looking quite cool.
Yeah, it is. Like even Valve have taken note and gone like, yeah, we need like a camera in this to
Yeah.
show people the outside world. So they've added a camera that makes you look like a cyberpunk kind of cool looking dude. The average use under heavy load is 2.5 hours. Some guy who's got surname, I forgot to copy in his first name, so he's just called Harris. This is from The Verge. Harris explains that using the HoloLens will be similar to looking at a 15-inch monitor that's around 2 feet from your view. As Microsoft improves its manufacturing of the HoloLens, then cost and battery life will improve, potentially resulting in the expanded field of view in future versions. Basically, don't buy this version now, wait until every other idiot is
Like the
tested.
Apple Watch.
Yes,
Yeah.
because dev kits are listed at $3,000.
Ooh.
Did you see the Vive? The HTC Vive is currently listed. Like, it's not got a price out, but like the factories and stuff like that said like, yeah, roughly around $1,500.
It just sounds like a dildo to me. It honestly sounds like a vibrator.
But then you hear like Oculus is selling at a loss at $600. They're selling at a loss, and it's like the next step to get VR into public's hands like properly is PlayStation VR, which needs to sell at a huge loss probably because people say it's not as great as the others, but it'll be a great consumer level like
It'll be more
intro.
accessible.
What they need is standardization. There
Yes,
needs to
and
be.
the PlayStation VR will hopefully like be the standardization for something that has no standards at this point.
Yeah, because I mean the problem is that you can develop something for the
Yes.
Oculus, but you don't have to do something separate for VR and like.
But people seem to be able to translate like Oculus over to PlayStation VR and stuff like that.
That's
I think
good.
it's more to do with the screen quality inside than anything, and the sensitivity and stuff like that. But like, from what I've heard from CES at this point is like, other than about smart fridges that don't and ovens that you can control through your phone, which is going to be great when
That's
kids
gonna-
get hold of it.
What they need is like they need like a space engineer's conveyor belt.
Yeah.
So you can just like take from the fridge into the oven, all from your phone.
Yeah, but then it's like, like people have been saying like, yeah, the HTC Vive is where it's at, and the Oculus might not be the thing that like it might be the next version of Oculus that might be the killer one.
Yeah,
But
not
at the
that
minute, HTC Vive is where it's at, and I've seen a lot of people getting hold of HTC Vives and stuff like that. I don't know.
one. I think the
I don't know,
HTC Vive is the one that like porn companies have picked.
We'll
That's
see.
an endorsement.
That's the
Because
thing.
that's
We'll
also
see
the
because
decider,
at
isn't it?
CES.
That was the decider between Blu-ray and
Yeah.
HD
Yeah.
DVD.
yeah.
It's really weird, but it is true, isn't it?
So at CES there was VR porn.
Oh
And
right.
they had used the Oculus, I think. But yeah,
I imagine that just being a very cold and sad feeling when you sort of take the goggles off.
and it's like,
shame
and it's like
washes over
you,
you.
you at this booth,
And you're
just like
well,
a
no,
little
just
bit
you
of
in your
dribble,
room, just
a
like,
little bit of dribble of cum down your pants, and you're there like this with your hands in your pocket, and you're there like this.
It's alright. I'll do. I'll take 6.
and then you go across the way, and it's like smart beads for your pawn shop down the doors.
Smart teeth.
Infinity Ward have hired Rise of the Tomb Raider's director. He left, and then a few hours later he said, "Yeah, I'm here at Infinity Ward now," and that's the
He's
thing.
like an art director now, isn't he, or something? Infinity Ward.
I think so. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I didn't write down what he was doing. Jacob has access.
I
to
can
this.
do that. What?
You can do this. Put in Infinity Ward Rise of the Tomb Raider, see what comes up.
Okay.
No, it's just really interesting that like I wonder what the next Infinity, because it's Infinity Ward's turn this year for Call of Duty.
Oh, maybe they'll have a deeper story.
Maybe
that
they'll
people
have
still
more
don't care
dogs.
about.
Some will have 2 dogs.
More
Well,
all the
some will.
mocap dogs. Infinity Ward's last
Played by
game.
Andy Serkis.
Brian Horton put in charge of art direction and team management.
There you go, look at this.
I'm
Dev.
not even a journalist,
Thanks to
probably,
games
really.
industry.biz.
Yeah, no, Ghosts was not good at all. It was
No, it was
atrocious.
awful.
It was boring, dull. The best thing was the dog, and the dog wasn't even in it. Like, it wasn't even that big of a part of the game. But then Xbox 360 servers are not being shut down. There's a rumour going around that they were going to shut down the Xbox 360 servers. Just seeing this guy's face.
That's him. That's the guy.
That's the guy.
That's the guy.
I feel like that needs to be cut in.
Oh yeah, it's going to get cut in.
That'll be the background for the whole show.
He's
Yeah.
watching us.
So it's, the 360 is now over 10 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And roughly around this time, the Xbox
Wow,
originals.
I hope there was a magazine to tell us all about the 10 years of the
Jacob.
Xbox.
I
What
don't know.
can you tell us
I
about
mean,
this?
if you did make something like that, I think it might be a bit too text heavy.
Oh,
So yeah, there's a rumor going around that the 360 servers were going to be shut down because it like coincides 10 years for 360, 10 years for Xbox Original, and they got shut down, and then P. Spence, big man,
Oh boy.
oh boy, P. Spence.
it was like, no.
Put on his,
Nah.
he just said not true. Put on his best not true shirt,
Put on his best
suit
jacket and jeans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you remember when Sony said that every console they have is going to have like a 10-year life because they were still thinking of the PS2 and how like long that ran?
yeah.
What's happened to PS3 really?
Huge in Japan still.
Oh really?
So most of the anime games and stuff like that are huge in Japan and stuff like that. Well, mostly because Japan's entire structure has shifted. It's all mobile now.
Yeah.
But like,
It's all
so
not
like,
going outside, but still being able to hold it on the couch.
yeah. But like the Joey Jojo games, there's actually coming over.
Hatsune Miku.
Yes, they get released coincide. It would be like a PS3, Vita, and PS4 release because the PS3 is still the most successful console there at the minute. Like, it's still the most active console. Like, it's over the PS4 because people have it. And like Persona 5 is getting released on PS3 over there, but not over here.
Yeah, you see, that's why they're missing it.
But you know, it's more logical to just release it on PS4 over here rather than printing loaded discs and stuff like that, because it's like, right, PS3s are no longer, people have taken back their PS3s. So PS4s are selling hotcakes in the West. We can still sell these anime games over here, which they're doing. They're translating the new JoJo Bizarre Adventure game, bring it over here. So this year we might look at it at some point.
That
Even
could
if we're no longer together, we'll gather together.
That could be my gateway.
Yes. Pornhub kiddies are searching for Minecraft on.
Yes, I heard a little bit
Pornhub.
about this.
Yeah. So Harley, my girlfriend, took a look to see what was there. There was a few where it's just like, here's a
Minecraft-related
Minecraft
porn.
guy with a dick.
Like just the block head kind of thing.
It just had a floppy Minecraft dick. But a lot
the
of it.
title for this
But a lot,
episode.
but a lot of it is just.
It's like
Let's
Five
play
Nights at Freddy's
Yeah, it's just a lot
fan
of.
base. It's awful.
It's just a lot of.
See, I was
worse
just
is
imagining.
Undertale's fan base.
I was just imagining people building pornographic
Yeah,
statues.
I think it's a
in
lot of that. It's just a
Minecraft.
lot of Let's Plays and stuff like that. No,
I
Undertale.
built tits.
They wiggle. They've got red
Redstone makes it go all
Red hole.
They've also got corners.
I like my boobs in a 90-degree angle.
like Madonna or Lara Croft.
Tomb Raider,
No,
Square.
Splatoon's fan base is something I'm scared of. I've not experienced it, but I don't want to.
It's not as bad as you think.
Really?
It's not as bad as the Undertale fan
Go on,
base,
I wanna hear
which has. There's a guy. There's someone on the internet recording and uploading to SoundCloud, so you would close your eyes and maybe finger or wank yourself off to the sounds of Sans and Papyrus having sex and stuff like that. Who are brothers, by the way, but they're both having sex with you and stuff like that, talking to you and stuff like that. Like, there's no voices, so it's like they're no. Well, you'd think, but like they've done their own voice cast and stuff like that. Like
Voice acting.
yeah, there's their own voice acting and stuff like that. Because in the game, there's no voice acting.
What's
yeah.
wrong with good old-fashioned regular porn?
Well, I'm waiting for it to come out in VR before I have another wank. So. I've got my Oculus on the way. I'm going to borrow the universities from. Sorry, it's a bit sticky. Don't everyone wipe it down.
Personal project.
Want to wipe it down?
Just leave it playing on there.
Oh shit! I forgot the virtual tissues.
Just me sat there, just like pools of cum, just like. He's lost.
Sweating.
He's lost. It's like one of those like futuristic things. Like,
Yeah.
it's like
Of
he's
when
lost
they
in
used
the
to
VR
believe
world.
if you took the VR headset
Yeah.
off, they die.
Mortal Kombat X is getting another beta.
Tis.
It is.
It's updating its netcode.
So you can play as 4 characters or something.
Thank goodness, because the current one's bollocks.
There you go. Mortal Kombat man on the scene.
Mortal
Well,
Kombat Online right now is not very good.
No.
So it's a good job that they're making it better, because that's probably the main thing holding it back right now. Because
Yeah.
it's not doing great online.
No, it kind of died off after it came
And it's
out.
going to die off even more when Street Fighter comes out. So
Which servers actually seem to be way better than.
They've done more than enough testing for it, so.
As the betas come out, it's like, wait, these are actually really good. Hitman. So all the PS4 pre-orders for Hitman got cancelled.
Really?
Downloadable, like and people were like, wait, what? So it's coming out as an episodic game now. So like over the course of several months, they will release like each level, but they're like saying like, oh yeah, each level has like loads of stuff to do in it. So like there'll be daily challenges while you wait. So it's like I think they're like saying like.
I can see why they've done that, because it is like hard to kind of sell a game where we're going to put hours and hours and hours of content in, you know, and that kind of thing in one go.
Yeah,
when you can say like we'll do the episodic thing and make more money.
Yeah, and then at the end there'll be like what they did with Resident Evil Revelations 2,
definitive
which is
edition.
like there's a collector's
We'll put
edition.
it
We
all
have a picture
together.
of the collector's edition. There it is.
You get a tie.
You get a tie with it and
Love
stuff.
it.
There'll be a
Is the
big
tie any
picture.
good though? Or is it just like
Tie and
prime
clip
mark?
set, the iconic tie of Agent 47 and logo.
Because I imagine that Agent
emblazed
47
clip.
has like expensive ties,
Mm.
not just
Yeah.
like the one that
This
comes
will be a
bundled
cheap.
in the
They'll-
game.
This will be a
Tie.
cheap. There's a Agent 47 Chessmaster statue,
Mm-hmm.
digital game download.
More statues.
It's all digital.
popular now.
You're buying a code with a load of shit.
The thing I used to think was cool was getting these statues, but I can
No, I don't
now
want them in
why
my
I'm
room
like,
anymore.
it's clutter.
It's it's what it
That's
It's
is.
also
also
someone
really
who
weird when
has
you bring someone round and
More than
explain
enough
them.
figures as it is.
Yeah,
I just need those. I don't need big ass statues. If they're like bigger than that,
10
I
inches.
don't
this
want
is.
it. If they're like proper,
Like it's like the Dark Souls 3 one, which sold out everywhere. It's like that's fucking big statue. Like it's not it's not like that, but it's like that, and it's like I don't want that on my fucking desk. I've got no room for it.
I don't
giant
like
Titan
I don't like
Fall
the
on.
sort of things. I like them when they have a function. Like I think the best example is the Fallout 4 Pip-Boy thing.
Oh
'Cause
yeah,
that's how it
At the
should
same
be.
time, it's like I can strap a cardboard tube to my hand and throw my phone
which
inside.
we
it.
did consider doing.
Yes.
I mean, actually, when I play it, I just have the iPad. 'Cause it's
do
much
you
nicer
actually
to have-
use? Do you actually use?
Yeah,
the
because
iPad
it's much
thing?
nicer. Like I use it as like a map, so I'm sort of walking around and I can just look down.
Yeah,
instead of
no,
going
because I
into
tried
Pip-Boy.
doing it with Metal Gear Solid 5, like their map thing, and I was like, no, I can't.
Can you manage Mother Base on that?
think so.
Because that's the thing that really irks me, is that now, when you finish Metal Gear Solid 5...
As long as your game is connected to online, I think you can manage Mother Base.
Yeah, you see, I can't
But like,
because
this,
I'm on PC.
why I ended up doing was just like leaving the game on and then going and doing something else, like when the time has run out, and then go back in.
But I mean, it's almost like now it's like a clicker game.
Yeah,
And
at
it's
this point.
why
That's
isn't
why I
there an
stopped. That's
iPad
why I
version?
stopped. That's why I stopped playing it, and also Konami bastardized that game massively by ruining people who like to play offline, like me. But no, Hitman.
I was just gonna go.
What?
I have used this for Smart Glass before.
Oh,
Yes, for my one game that has Smart Glass, Monopoly.
fuck you!
I can see all my properties on here. I can make trades. I can do all of my monopolizing on my iPad.
I mean, we laugh, but that actually sounds like pretty good implementation.
I don't need a controller other than to roll the dice.
I feel like that could have been done.
You feel like it could have, but apparently no.
So the Hitman episodic thing. The first thing will be the prologue and one location. So here's some story. Here's one location, and like let's say like I think like as
It's
an
just like being a real
a
Hitman.
fake example, it's like this one location has 50 ways to kill this person, and then it's like, okay, take down this chef who always stands in this crowd, and it's like, oh, okay, now there's going to be different. They're taking the absolution thing where it's like people can set like, I want you to kill this person for no reason whatsoever.
Yeah, with this weapon or
with
something.
this weapon for
Like
points
Cluedo.
and stuff. Yeah, for points and stuff like that, and it's like, okay, I can do that.
Alright.
Um,
I think that suits it, man. It's kind of...
Take it very
it does,
seriously.
but at the same time, I can see why people are pissed.
Yeah, I'm a bit annoyed because I just want another Hitman Blood Money. I
Yeah,
just want it
and
all
it's
now.
gonna be like later on in
Because
2016.
what I liked about Hitman Blood Money is I could go through all of it and then come and replay it, and now
Yeah.
I'm just going to have to replay it.
So I never played Blood Money. I
Oh,
played
you see.
Absolution. Absolution was, I think, my second Hitman game that I didn't bail out of. I like Absolution, but apparently it's not a proper Hitman game.
No,
So
honestly, Blood Money is well worth it, even now.
I've got all of them on my Steam. I just need. It's just that. Oh no! The reason I didn't play Blood Money is because like it's such a bad PC port.
Yeah.
I think
It's
I've
a
said
horrific-
before, I've never played a Hitman game, and I don't know why, because I feel like it's exactly the kind of game I would
it's exactly what.
enjoy. I really like stealth games. I like games where you have
experiment.
alternate approaches.
Yeah. Hitman Blood Money is by far the best Hitman.
I'll have to see if anyone's like.
You can
fixed
still
the PC
go and
port
like
stuff
play
like
it, and I still go back and play it and go, oh, I never realised I could do that, and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
that. And then Bravely Second, the sequel to Bravely Default, RPG, JRPG, which kind of like does away with a lot of like the grindy tropes of by giving you a fast forward button, or letting you set the XP up to 2 times, or the monster rate to 2 times, and stuff like that. So basically, like, oh, I'm struggling on this bit, I'll go wander outside for like half an hour, and I'll come back and I'll be ready to go. It was really good. I never finished it, but it's
It was
fucking
something
fantastic.
that I've always thought I need to get around to.
It's the latter half of the game is not great. It's really fucking difficult. It's one of those JRPGs. It's like, hey, remember the original Final Fantasy games? Remember how fucking hard they were? It's one of
Do
those.
you remember those tears you shed as a child?
Yes,
They're back.
when you realised you didn't save.
Yeah.
It's one of those.
Oh.
It's one of those.
You know what? Actually, when games don't do auto-saving now, I'm so angry because it just happens. Like, you expect it to
Yeah.
auto-save, and now it's even more common that I'll be playing something and it will be gone.
Yeah, and then speaking of Final
There's some
Fantasy,
interesting pictures you've got.
Lightning from Final Fantasy 13 is now Louis Vuitton's.
Louis Vuitton.
Louis Vuitton. That's
Louis
it.
Vuitton.
You uncultured swine!
I know my Louis Vuittons, Joel.
Louis Vuitton. She's now the main model for Louis Vuitton. Like they're using her like
Where?
to advertise.
Japan.
Japan.
No,
In the
Hey,
Nissan.
Japan.
Wait.
that's in the galleries
Paris.
in Paris. In the main, in the
Read
one.
that word, Joel?
Can you see why I got booted out of French in year 9?
Yeah.
No, mostly because I made my year 9 teacher, new teacher, he lasted 3 months. I made him cry and then he quit.
He takes pride in that.
He was
What
seen
did
last.
you do? Like, just tie his balls
That's
to
just-
like
I
a
just-
car battery or
Beat
something?
him.
No,
with a baguette.
that's just a little shit.
Oh,
Galleries Lafayette in Paris.
Close enough.
that's pretty good.
Yeah, no, she's like the main model.
That's weird.
They did an interview with her. She says she can't wait to reach our world with through fashion. This is her destiny and stuff
I
like
mean,
that.
judging by what Final Fantasy 13-3 was like,
I mean, it's no more absurd than
you
a
can dress her
perfume
up in all these
advert.
different
So
things.
Yeah, it's.
I can see the link.
It's weird. It's
Yeah.
just really
It's just-
fucking weird. They've done this before actually. Prada had a tie-in for Final Fantasy 13-2 where they dressed all the characters in 3D rendered
It's just
Prada
like- it's a
stuff and
weird
advertised it in
cross-section.
Japan.
It's because all the fucking models have died from starving themselves.
So now we don't need models.
now we can make them even skinnier.
I
And
just don't get it. Like, it's not going to make people buy more Louis Vuittons, is it?
Oh, you say that, but you
you
never
say
know.
that, but
it's a
people
weird.
probably-
It's like a.
I mean, like, to be
But
fair,
I
that's,
just don't see the
but at that point, it's no longer
crossover.
advertising. It's no longer advertising. It's that it reaches that weird subject of like, is design? Is it?
So what's
is it
missing
art?
from our
Do you
design
know
and
what's a
fashion? We
really
need to
good
appeal to
example?
the nerds.
Yeah.
Do you know a really good example of this sort of thing is anything branded with James Bond, because
Yes.
some people love that shit. Some people want the James Bond watch, and
Mhm.
like people will spend £5,000 on a James Bond
Yeah.
watch. Me, I go, that's gaudy as fuck. Like
Yeah.
James Bond wouldn't wear a James Bond watch.
It's like if I was to go through Paris and look, and then go through the shop, which I never would, but I saw this. It's like,
I can see it.
yeah, you
You in
go,
that shop.
yeah,
That's
you
what I
would.
mean.
We would all stop and go, that's lightning. That. Oh, she's got clothes on. Okay, bye.
Boring.
That's some top class marketing there.
Yeah, there's a leaked screenshot of Platinum Games' new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle game that's coming out.
It looks.
That
They
everyone,
st-
the game
people are-
everyone wants.
Well,
You
they're
can't
doing.
really judge it if you can't see it in motion, especially
They're
for something
doing-
like a platinum game.
Yeah, they've done like 3 of these now. It's all tied in with Activision. Like they're doing like these small games for Activision, stuff like that. So they've just done Transformers,
Transmorphers, yeah.
and they did Legend of Korra as well. Legend of Korra wasn't great. Transformers stops being good at some point.
Because
It
I
looked
did
fun.
see it over Christmas. I was
Yeah.
like, it looked good when we played it.
There's a bit where it forces you into a top-down perspective,
Mm.
and it's like, this isn't good. This isn't good, and also it gets really fucking difficult, like really, really quickly.
Okay.
But
Put
yeah,
me
they're
off it,
doing a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle game, which everyone's kind of wanted for a long time.
Yeah, I'll put it.
Okay, well, I didn't know that was wanted. I withdraw my comment.
And then there's a Tokyo Jungle sequel apparently
Ooh.
rumored now.
I
Oh,
love that game.
So the
I
developers.
played that very briefly, and I also love that
Yeah, there's a
game.
video. One of the first videos we uploaded to YouTube is Ollie playing Tokyo Jungle.
Mm.
Yeah.
I think I actually played about 10 hours of it.
Yeah, it's fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
It's a brilliant game.
I used to listen to podcasts and just play it.
Yeah.
So good.
The developers posted 2 tweets with the hashtag Tokyo Jungle. We gave a meeting of Tokyo Jungle after a long time. These are translated through
I was going to say.
Japanese.
Said head of PR in English.
Yeah. And the main members of Tokyo Jungle, in brackets, Tokyo Jungle, Kotaka D and
Did the
Sugane-
translator actually translate Tokyo Jungle to Tokyo Jungle? I just love the idea that they go, Tokyo Jungle.
Do you want
In capitals, Tokyo Jungle, and in
Tokyo
brackets,
Oh
Jungle.
yeah,
Tokyo
oh
Jungle.
yeah, no, you see, I didn't know what it was until
Yeah.
they put it in brackets and lowercase.
Yeah, exactly. For us, gaijin, something to make you want Tokyo Jungle. That's
Tokyo Jungle?
hashtag
That
Tokyo
makes about as
Jungle.
much sense as the game, I love it.
Yeah.
I think there was
my
something cool
interesting
that I saw today. Green Man Gaming, or this is almost an advert, I'm sorry. They're offering a thing now where people who pre-purchase XCOM 2 can go and like play it early.
news. Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. So it's
Like,
like
is
they're
it a
doing a
physical
thing in
thing?
Windsor, and I think it's meant to be in like a fake bunker
Oh, okay.
where people can actually like play.
I can wait a day to play that.
Yeah, I'm so like dying, but I know if I buy it, my degree is going like.
Yeah, like I never finished XCOM, the original.
You don't
XCOM.
finish the original.
No,
XCOM.
but like,
and actually, that's the right way.
yeah, no,
that's the
but
canon
like, I
storyline.
don't think just playing 5 hours of it is enough.
I'm gonna have to go back to XCOM
Yes.
because I played about 2 hours of it.
I
And
put it down.
Really
I've no
enjoyed it.
I've
and
no
just-
idea why I put it down.
It's because it's
exactly
really
the
stressful.
same. Yeah.
No, I'll tell you what it was. It was Bioshock Infinite.
Uh,
That came out when I got it because it was during the sales and
It
stuff
was-
like that, and it was like
It was one of the first games I got on my PC because I bought
Yeah.
it in the Steam sale before I got the PC.
Mm.
Yeah.
So I had a whole library ready.
I've played like hundreds of hours of it, and I even have it on my iPad. And my iPad battery is actually worse because of the amount of times I played XCOM on there.
How was that version?
It was actually really good. Like, it's a little, obviously graphically it's not as good, but it is basically the same game because it control-wise, there's nothing that it can be a bit finicky maybe on touchscreen, less precise.
But so XCOM 2 isn't actually getting released anywhere but PC for the time being.
Yeah, and that's because they've actually said they're doing loads of modding stuff.
Yeah, they're doing loads of modding stuff, but also the console versions didn't sell particularly well, and I think it's just too much of a hassle to put it back onto the iPad.
It is slated for PS4, isn't it?
No.
I thought it was.
I remember when they announced it, they actually said it was PC only because they want to use procedural generation to make maps. Because one of the things, if you play XCOM enough,
you'll know the layouts.
The maps just are the same, and like the enemies might be in different places, but it gets a bit.
Yeah.
Oh, fair enough.
But yeah, that's a podcast. Let's wrap this thing up. You can find everything we do at games-link.com. Phil, where can they find you writing about food?
Foodfeedonline.wordpress.com, because we have a terrible URL currently.
Yeah. Where else can they find you doing things? You do things. You do actual things.
So they can find us on Instagram at foodfeedonline.
Yes.
And also on Twitter at foodfeedonline.
But where can they find you?
Oh, me?
Just you.
Oh, just me.
Pump yourself.
Honestly, probably through Foodfeed.
Yeah. Just go through there. You'll find you.
I used to do lots of other stuff, but Foodfeed's the main jig now.
You two don't use. You've been using Mighty Crabulon.
Yeah,
I'm Lime Wizard.
I twit sometimes.
Yeah, you don't, so you don't get a mention.
I'm Captain Liger if you're interested.
Shut
Give
up,
me
Jacob.
a reason to use Twitter.
Shut up, Jacob. We're out!